G'day legends. As we are nearing the end of the year, it's always a great time to do a bit of reflection. And before we kind of dive into what this video is about, I just really want to thank each and every one of you that tunes into this channel, watches these videos regularly, and all the guys who hit that like button, leave comments, send me personal messages. Like, I really appreciate all of that stuff. And I love hearing how this channel has helped people and how it has helped them improve their mixing and their mastering skills. And I'm just really thankful for everyone who has supported this channel, whether you have picked up a sample pack or a mixing course, or whether you have sent me songs for mixing or mastering or session drums. Any of that stuff is just a massive support, and I really appreciate it. Now, I've been reflecting back over the last 2 years since I started this channel, and how my situation has really dramatically changed. About a year ago, I made a video kind of talking about one of the hardest times in my career, which was about 2 years ago, just before I started this channel. I was in a bit of a rut. Now, we dive back a little bit. This probably starts around the whole COVID saga. And initially, I felt that this was really going to be a problem for my business and, what's going to happen through COVID, but it ended up being crazy. It was a really busy time for me, and probably one of my most profitable years was those 2 years of the COVID stuff going on. But then post-COVID, things started to slow down, and inflation was kicking in, cost of living was going up, and I noticed that. Like, I felt the squeeze. But then I also noticed that some of my clients weren't being as regular in the studio. I wasn't seeing as much work coming in. And so that was kind of like a double whammy for me. Like, things are more expensive, but work was slowing down. I felt that. I also had kid number 3 on the way, and we were moving house, and all of our expenses were going up. So it was a really stressful period. And you can go and check that video out. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go check that whole story out. But basically, I was at a crossroad, and I had to decide, do I pack this business up and go and get a job? I had friends who were looking out for jobs for me, and I was deadly serious about quitting audio and going and finding something that would just pay some regular solid money. And, that's not easy either, because it's probably going to take a few years to get, up the ladder and start earning some good money in any new job that you do. So it was a real crunch moment for me. I was just like, what do I do? And so I was really thinking about my family and what's going to be best for them. Because obviously I just love to keep doing what I'm doing regardless of how much money I'm making. But, money runs the world, and to get ahead, you need to make a certain amount of money. Otherwise you start going backwards. So as a last ditch effort, I started this YouTube channel, and it's crazy. I honestly wish that I started this years ago. And I have a friend, Jake Davey. He used to always tell me, you should make YouTube videos. He's probably been telling me for the last 10 years, you should get on YouTube. But, I guess things happen at certain periods of time. Maybe the channel wouldn't be successful back then, but I don't know. Either way, I'm very grateful for the last 2 years and how this channel has grown. But starting this channel was my attempt at keeping this dream alive and just seeing what can come from doing this. And so here's where things are kind of funny, is that unless you get instant success on YouTube, it's tough, man. Unless you're posting just some hilariously funny comedy skit or whatever, and it's just getting millions of views, and you just build up a massive following instantly, it's a drag. YouTube is tough to get into. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys who have your own channels. You know what I'm talking about. Making content is super time consuming. It's like a second job. For the last 2 years, I've been working 2 full-time jobs, basically. And I'm not complaining about that. The opportunities and everything that's come from this channel is awesome. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit. But that first year of making content for YouTube was tough. You could spend 10 hours on a video and it'll get 300 views. That's just soul crushing. But you just got to keep going. And I mean, some of those videos now, they've got 30,000 views because the algorithm has picked them up later in life. But the initial work that you put into it and initial reward that you get back is sometimes really small. And unless you are super stubborn and you just won't give up, YouTube is tough. Now, it's not all negative, and obviously you've got to start somewhere. So this channel's gone from 3,000 to nearly 33,000 subscribers over 2 years. And to me, I know it's not a huge number, but I still feel it's awesome. I'm really blown away by that. And I know some people get that stuff overnight. They'll post a video and they'll get 100,000 subs in a week or a day or whatever. But organically having grown this channel and that you guys tune in and watch it, it's crazy. I'm really stoked about it. But that first year was tough. It was a bit of a grind. And if you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, all I can say is like, just keep pushing and just keep making videos and just try and be authentic. So something I'll tell companies, like if they want to collaborate or do a piece together, I'll tell them I don't really script anything. Like I'll learn about their stuff, but I'm not going to write a script. I like to keep things organic, authentic, and kind of just like rolling off the tip of the tongue as if we were here having a conversation together. And I think that's cool. I think being genuine is really important. So if you're working on a channel, just keep going. Just keep making regular content, keep putting it out there, and just be positive. Who knows what's going to happen. So through that first year, you know, I had a couple of cool opportunities, got to work with a couple of companies, which I think are great, and opened up some doors for some relationships for working together, which has kind of led into this year as well. You know, like the guys at STL Tones, I've worked with them and I love their stuff. Kiive Audio, Loughton Audio, they make amazing mics. The mic that I'm talking through at the moment is the Loughton Audio Eden. This is a recent addition to the studio, and I'm going to show you a bit of this later on as well, because this microphone is insane. But obviously you can hear this sounds so much better than that silly little lav mic that I've been using. Probably going to go back to using a condenser mic because it just sounds so much better. Those clip-on mics, even though they're great for hands-free kind of stuff, they just sound like rubbish. So a little bit off tangent there, but companies like Slate Audio, it's been amazing working with them. Like I've used Slate Digital for years. I know he recently sold that, so it's not part of Slate stuff anymore, but he started it and it's amazing. And SSD, the drums, like love using that stuff. VSX, amazing product. The Raven's incredible. So it's really cool to get to work with companies that I've been using their products for years, and now I get to make content for them, which is like amazing. Opportunities like that from sowing in the time that first year, like maybe it's going to take 2 years, maybe it'll take 3 years, but sowing in the time and just putting in the effort, being true to yourself, being true to the content that you're making, I've really seen that pay off. It's been an amazing journey so far. And so the last 12 months has been absolutely crazy for me. My books are like full. Like I've never had a day where I can stop and be like, I don't need to do stuff. Like I'm hustling pretty hard. I've got mixing jobs, mastering jobs, session drum jobs. I've got people coming in that I'm producing tracks for, making content for you guys, making content for companies on products that I like. So I only make content with companies if I like their stuff. I'm not going to go and do like a Temu piece or something like that. They have hit me up. They asked me, do you want to make a video? And I looked at Temu and I was like, no, no, doesn't interest me. So, you know, I try and keep the content that I push through this channel authentic to like what this channel's about. Like I'm not going to start advertising my portable air conditioner so I can get a free portable air conditioner. Like I don't care about, you know, getting as much stuff as I can or whatever. I want the content that comes through this channel to be about audio and tools that you can use to get better mixes, products that you can use to get better mixes, to enjoy making music, all of that stuff. It's super important to me, and I've knocked back a ton of stuff. So I get requests for making videos all the time. I look at it, and if I don't think it aligns with what this channel's about, that's it. Like, I'm not going to do it. I've had a little bit of hit back over the last year about making sponsored content. And all I have to say to that is go and watch the video about my year of doing videos on YouTube and just see how much ad revenue I got. And then think about, let's just say like an average of anywhere between maybe like 4 to 8 hours to make a video. It takes a lot of time. Like editing takes so much time. Filming takes a lot of time. Sometimes you got to film stuff twice because you just butcher it. It's just the nature of it, but it's a timely thing. And the rewards that you get from YouTube, they don't add up. It's not there. Like the ad revenue, it'll never be enough to cover the time that you spend in making videos. But over time, as your channel grows and you get people going back and watching the old stuff, your ad revenue will start to increase. And I have seen like, you know, a steady increase throughout the last year or whatever, each month, whatever YouTube pays. But I haven't had a month in this year where I got a better month in the first year of YouTube. I had a video that went viral. I think I made like $1,600 in 1 month off ad revenue. I haven't come near that in this year. In 2024, I have not topped the ad revenue I made in like November in 2023. So that gives you an idea of like the revenue that YouTube feeds you. And even though I'm making content regularly, just something to think about. That's why when you see channels that you like making sponsored content, don't give them a hard time. Like if you don't particularly like that product or you don't think that's a cool plugin, just don't watch the video or move on. Like there's a lot of negativity on YouTube, and like it's one of the things that held me back from making a channel for a really long time is just, I don't like conflict, and I know when you put yourself out there online, you're gonna get people be nasty. They're gonna just come at you. And my kind of thing throughout the last 2 years is if someone's been a jerk on the channel, they're gone. I delete them, I block them. Like I don't have time for that kind of like negativity in my life, and I'm not gonna feed it. So that's one of the things when you're making a channel like this, you're gonna cop trolls. So just be ready to not take their stuff to heart. Just try and have an attitude like mine. Just delete them. It's not worth having like online battles with people who are just there to tear you down. But coming back around, if you see a channel that you like making sponsored content, just be glad that they're getting that opportunity, because without it, that channel won't be around for much longer. The time that goes into making videos, as I've said, it doesn't really pay off with YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay off. It's the opportunities that come through YouTube that make it worthwhile. And so that's what I've seen over the last sort of like, I guess like 18 months, like last 12 months, is like really great opportunities. And I really am very thankful for like the situation I'm in now versus where I was 2 years ago, where I was about to quit audio and just find something else. And now I'm kicking goals. It's been an amazing year. Business is great. Like it's changed my life. It's a really positive thing, but I am working hard. I'm not just getting like free stuff and it's just like whatever. Like it's a second job. I've fallen asleep in this studio more times than I can count. So I'll be down here editing videos and then I'll just crash out. And that's happened a lot. That's not a complaint, like I'm overworking myself and burning myself out. Like I'm hustling because I've got some goals in mind that I want to reach, but I'm just not taking this stuff for granted. Like I'm just really thankful for the opportunities that have come from this channel. Really thankful to you guys for watching these videos. And I'm really thankful to anyone who supports this channel. And that's kind of it. Like 2 years seems like a long time, but now it's like that. 2 years has happened and my situation is completely reversed and things are great. And I get to keep doing what I love, keep making music, keep working with artists and getting to work on other stuff, working with companies, showing off products, getting to do cool things. Like I'm stoked and I love it. And I think my point with this video is just how situations can change really quickly. And the audio industry is brutal. There's a lot of us out there who are trying to make it, trying to do this thing for a living. And so I totally understand the guys who are like struggling and, you know, it's just like, should I keep doing this? And it's a really tough question because for some of us, we won't make it. Like that's just the fact. Like I don't want that to be a negative thing, but you got to give it a good try. And sometimes it's not going to work out, which does suck. And for me, the whole YouTube thing could have been a flop and I could have been out working in the mines. Like I could have got a job and gone off, but I gave it a shot. So I think what I'm trying to get at is whatever you're doing, whatever industry you're in, whether you're making audio, video, whatever, give it a really good crack before you give up. Like I know there's a lot of people out there who will be on the point of like, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to do this anymore. Or, you know, this is just going to be a hobby. Like I'm not going to chase it as a career anymore. If you are chasing this stuff as a career, just like give it a really good go before calling it quits, because you never know, things can change. So just a bit of reflection for the last 2 years. Again, I am super grateful for everything that this channel has done for my life and for my career. And I just can't wait to see what the future holds. And I hope that maybe this encourages you. Maybe if you're feeling like you're in a bit of a rut, I hope this gives you a little bit of hope and just a bit of encouragement to just not give up just yet. Just keep trying. And hopefully things are going to work out great for you guys too. Thanks for watching, guys. And just remember, if you do want to support this channel, make sure you check out that link in the description below. Got sample packs, mixing courses, templates and stuff all over on my website. Go and grab that stuff. Massive support to this channel. Thanks heaps, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video.